Okay, I'm going to step you through a basic turn for the Blucher campaign or the Scharnhorst system in Vassal. So, assuming you've got Vassal fired up, you're going to see something like this, the Vassal module library, which if you start with Vassal here, if you don't already have a module open, you would open file, open module, and that would add it to your library. Once it's in the library, we can double click it to open it up. Let's see where it put it. Okay. So it might come up with this screen. You would want to say you're looking for a load a saved game. You'd select, give it a second. It's already looking out here in Dropbox, AGY Vassal Modules, PBM Regensburg. I will start from the very beginning. Well, actually, we can start with Austrian, the 001 turn. Go next. Observer is fine. We're not really, it's not set up to do sides here. That's going to come in. You can move this around by clicking here, or a very nice way to do it is go fit height after you've dragged it up. I loaded this log file, so now I'm going to step through the log. It'll show some commentary, what I wrote when I entered my turn. You can see the earlier rolls for rain and then mud, and then beginning to move the Austrian positions. Here it says at the end of every time you play through a log file, it'll ask, do you want to start a new log file? In this case, no. What I want to do is go File, Load Continuation, go back out and grab Austrian Turn 2, which is how we're labeling it for now, that's going to change. Step through this. Again, turn, start a new log file. No, not yet. We'll load the next continuation. That's going to be the French 3. Step through that. You can see all of their moves, which happen to show the trails because they had hit T while they were selecting their figures, or whether they meant to or not, either way, that was the effect. So now, that's the end of the French turn 3. And at this point, if it was your turn, you would say start a new log file. I'm going to say no at this point and show you another way to get to it, which would be File, Begin Log File. Make sure you're at the end of a previous log. Give it a name, like .4 test. Click Save. And then, I'm not going to go through this, but as you move things, well actually I will. So I'll do a test save. I'm going to save it on my desktop for now, so we don't confuse anybody. You don't need to put comments in for this. And so now, assuming it was my turn, the first thing I'm going to do, I might roll for weather, for example. I don't need to do that at this point, but then I would look it up on the weather chart, which some of these things we're starting to store here under the chart window. That's the zone of control. These are the movement costs, although it's missing the light road. Close that. Continue on my move. I might do something like this. The first thing after I select on this piece, I want to right click and I'll remind myself all the features that are available. The main one here right now is trail. So by clicking this and hitting the T, I'm now going to give it a movement trail, which in this case I would move here, then here, then here. Say I'm done with that. I might move this one. Whoops, let's turn on the movement trail. Now move this one here, 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 and so forth. In the Blucher system or the Scharnhorst system, you're never moving diagonal. So that's a good way to remember, even though the roads don't seem to fit completely and you have to guess, as long as you don't go diagonal, you're doing the right thing and you're really not spending any more moves than you normally would. So anyway, at this point I would go up and I'd say File, in log file. Before I do that, I might have made some notes in here, blah, blah, blah. If I didn't like that, I could rewind, or that rewinds the moves. Anyway, say now I'm done with my in log file, at which point that's saved, and now somebody can now go and reload that. So hopefully that helps. If I need to do any more, I will. And as I add some new features, perhaps later in the game, just tracking stuff. For example, on the other things you can do on the column is lock column with the Control M. You have to highlight it first. Control M puts a red dot. That's to help mark where a lockdown is. So here might be another one. Here might be another one. Right? So either way, we'll cover that in a bit. Let me figure out how to turn this off. Quick time. Up here.